Yeah, we're live in the Plaid studio today with Donna. I'll be in the chat here, so if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to relay those. I'm sure Donna will be watching the screen as well. So yeah, we're excited for you guys to paint along with us, and I'll let Donna take it away.
Welcome, everybody. I have been so excited to paint this with you guys, and I have a couple of samples to share with you, which I think you'll really love. Seeing the different ways and different looks you can get when we're using our spray bottle of water. Gotta make sure you have that. I have some floating medium here, and so with the spray bottle, I have to tell you, I didn't put on there, and I don't have a terry towel here, but if you have paper towels, you might need quite a few, because as it's running down, it gets kind of messy. All right. So what I want to share with you is that we have FolkArt multi-surface paint, my favorite, and it works perfect. And I love that watercolor look and the muted look. And so a lot of you told me that you were thrilled about that part of it. So they're going to drip in different ways. You know, see the little dripping in different ways. Well, I'm going to do close-ups on that in just a minute and share that with you. So I want you to take a deep breath and know that we're going to have a relaxing, fun time. And we're going to do our pumpkin and within the vines of the pumpkin patch. Sound good? Now, I am using a really cool size. I like this size. I use 11 by 14 a lot, so you can use whatever size you really have, all the way up to 16 by 20. This is a 12 by 16, and this was a flat panel, and I do have used raised panels a lot. So I like it ready to hang on the walls. So, and I put push pins so you guys can switch out your pictures a lot as you paint them in a special place in your house. I love doing that. Now, I did put a pattern. I know I don't usually use patterns, but this pattern helps you keep that pumpkin in good shape. And mostly these segments are going to matter. So let's look at the overhead, if you would. And let me show you that I have traced that on there. So what's happening here is I have the graphite down. I put the pattern on here, and your pattern's like this, right? And I just followed along these segments, which are real important for you, okay? And so if you've never traced a pattern, the shiny side goes down, and then you use a stylus, or I use a ballpoint pen sometimes so I can see where I didn't miss. All right, so and we put this on first, which makes it really nice because I can do all my drippy stuff and be able to still see where my pumpkin pattern is. So let's get some multi-surface Aqua. And the Aqua, this is a 830 kit, which we have there. It makes it really nice to have all the colors that we use a lot together. And we're gonna use the burnt umber. Oops, boy, that came out fast. So I don't need that much. All right, so I tell some of my students in class, you are killing me. You're putting half the bottle out. So little bits are good. Really, that really came out a lot. So I really don't want that much. I do, with trying to keep in the same color palette that we have here, I'm going to put out some daffodil yellow. Now I know it doesn't look like there's yellow in this at all, but that and the orange ends up coming in here, the pure orange. So we have wicker white, burnt umber, aqua white, and then we have daffodil yellow and pure orange. Now I'm going to tap my plate just because I want it to spread out a little bit, guys. All right. So this is good. If you've never painted with me before, this is a good, fun project. All right. So one of the things I want to do is I'm going to put some floating medium out. Hopefully you have the floating medium. All right. And I use it a lot to get a watercolor effect. But what I'm using also is a spray bottle of water, right? So I'm going to spray. Now mine will get a shot of just straight water. So I really like finding bottles that have a really nice spread out mist, okay? And I'm not fortunate to always have that at hand, but this one works wonderful. All right, so I'm gonna put my brush. I'm using the large flat, like a 3/4 size flat brush. And I am going to, let me show you the couple different looks. All right, so this was one. So can you see? It's like big watermarks kind of, because I sprayed afterwards sometimes, and I really like the drips. And some people go, oh, it got all messed up. Can you fix that? It's purpose, on purpose. All right, so now look at this one. It's heavier. It's a little bit more dreamy looking and browns there. All right, so I'm also using the same colors when I'm doing the stem and the vines around the pumpkin, okay? So I'm going to try to put this end screen, but I don't know how good that's going to show up here. Okay, well, I can go on top of it. That'll work. All right, so can you please give us an alternative water? For water?
Yeah, they were saying if you don't have a spray bottle.
Oh, all right. If you don't have a spray bottle, guys, I would just take my brush and just drip water on here. And then you could just kind of make some of it move around. Okay. And I also use a fan brush or a toothbrush. If you get a toothbrush and you wet it and you just flick it like this. I use that later too. Now I've got way too much water, but that's what we want to do. So I'm just wet it. You take a paintbrush and wet the whole piece. All right. But wetting it with a spray bottle makes it be kind of abstract and not a perfect look. All right. So then I should have looked up because I lost track. Okay. All right. So now let's pick up a little bit of this brown. And I can put some white to tone it down a little bit too if I want. I'm going to take floating medium. All right, so I'm just going to come all in here, kind of grab it. All right, and I put some down around here. Okay, now what happens is, see, I'm just tapping some of it. Okay, now this is when you can let it run. All right, this is a perfect time. If you don't have a spray bottle, you just flick water on there with the toothbrush. See how it starts running? I like it when it does these little guys here. Okay, I know I have to hold this up for y'all to see some of this stuff really good. And so tell me to lift it, and Dylan can tell me to do that if I'm not getting it like you want to see it. Okay, so you're kind of tapping it like that so it runs. Now I can see right here. I need a little bit more water. Over here I got kind of dry. And don't worry about it going across where the pumpkin's going to be, guys. All right, and I'm not worried too much about this part down here at the bottom because we're going to have the vines running through it. Yeah, you can review the recording. That's good. All right, so now I'm going to take and grab some medium again with Aqua. All right, now I can tap some of it in there, or I can stroke some in there. A little bit more over here. Am I on so you can see the whole thing? There we go. Then I'll bring I want it dripping down here more. I don't want this to be painted down here. So, okay, now this is where I really want some drips here. We have other processes still with the paintbrush, with the toothbrush later. Okay. Yes, thank you everybody for being on tonight. I'm so excited to have you guys here. It's so much, it's nicer to have you guys on. I know a lot of people just watch it afterwards, but it's more fun to know you're going to be on here. Okay, so see, I just put paper towel under here, and let's put this bottle there. So hopefully you can see. Let me move it up a little bit more. All right, see how I'm getting the running? Now this has got a lot of running and not so much of the white canvas. So this is what you can do. If you really wanted it less, see, I'm going to lay my paper towel there like that, and a little bit right here. Okay, now that's just a way you can do it also. I'm going to take a little bit of it out here. Okay, let's do this. That's better. I think y'all can see it better. All right, so then I can still make it run more, but I have a lighter look. Okay, so there we go again. Let it run. You can tap it. Oh, that looks good. I think I'm happy with that. Okay, now this is the point where I take a blow dryer.
I'll come grab you one, Donna. Give me 1 second.
Well, I think they're right down here, don't you think?
You have it? Let's see.
Let me see. Yeah, I have one, but it's not plugged in. Okay, so as you're doing this, guys, just you can put a fan there or a blow dryer, and it also gives you another look. Got it? There. Okay. Okay, guys, so now I want you to see how this pushes the water. Oh, you're good. I was just gonna say that. You also, while you got this all going, it's really good to do the sides. All right. So she was just, I forget who that was, just said, was asking about doing the sides. And while this is all kind of inky there, you can rub it with your fingers. See this drippy look, looks good underneath there along the bottom. All right, but isn't this a fun background for whatever you paint? This is something that we do a lot in my class and people just love it. And because no two are ever alike, and it makes you, it's kind of like doing all that pouring and that fun look, but we are doing a very thin coat, which gives you a watercolor feel. All right, so there we go. Now, so far, that was pretty easy, right? All right, so now we're going to work on getting good segments on this pumpkin. All right, so the next step is doing the pumpkin with some of these colors we're using. You notice this? It's kind of like the same kind of colors that we used in the pumpkin. This looks a little darker. And this one is just a little tinge lighter. All right. Well, I like the palette colors too. I think it's a good, different than having, especially for my friends out there who aren't orange lovers. Okay, so now this is what I want you to do. I want you to take this bigger brush. I used all those paper towels up because it was dripping everywhere. All right, so now we're going to take also, it's more like the 3/4 flat size brush here. All right, so then this is what I want to do. I'm going to take a little bit of the brown, the white, and aqua. So see how I'm doing that mix? I'm putting a little bit of burnt umber right here. Now this is the key. I painted this 3 times now, and I didn't like my segments on one. And then I got too dark on one. So look, I'm gonna put medium here. See how I just dipped it right in the medium? Yes, we do give you the replay, guys. All right, so if you just want to watch for a while, that's okay too. All right, so I'm going to come right in here and I'm going to go right where that line is, and see I have the brown on the outside edge. So if you can see, I want to side load a little bit of brown. All right, So we're going to come right along here. And if you follow the pencil, you're going to get this shape. All right. So I'm going to lay this in here. And I know I've got medium in there, but it's too much medium mixed in. So look, I'm going to come right here and pick up the burr number, which looks like it's got medium in there. That might be some of the problem there. I'm going to push here and see how I have to go all the way out to there. There we go. Now you don't want this part wet when we're working on it, okay? All right, we're going to shade more later, but I want you to see I've got 2 segments now. See the 2? And I know it looks a little dark there, but it is really light. So I'm hoping it doesn't look too dark for you. Okay, so we're just going to keep coming in here and go over to where there's not all that medium. All right, so I'm going to come right in here and across and see every segment. You're going to come here, touch the stem, and come around. Now, if you're following the segments, this will be easy. See how the brush is flat? And I'm going slow to make sure I get a nice coat there, going back and forth. All right, now I'm going to put this close again so you see where we're at. Okay, now what's going to be in the middle is, if you're looking at your pattern, what's in the middle is the stem. All right, so the stem's going to be right there. So I'm going to keep going over here and get my aqua and a little bit of brown. Now look, it's a curve there. We're going to curve where the stem is, and I can see that tracing right through there. Now, what I did with the aqua is I used a lot of white, so it's pale. Hopefully you guys have it that way, but it could be any way you want it. So if you wanted it darker, it's fine. Okay, so look, when I get right here, now I'm going to push harder so it's larger. Okay, so right here, I'm going to go back and forth and fill that in. Isn't that fun? All right, so there's no mistakes. This is kind of thin in there. I can come back around. Okay, so here's the next segment. You see it? And here's another one, and here's another one, and this one goes 2 sides. But these need to be out here so they look like they are coming from behind the stem. And it's not going to just be this color because we're going to put some rusty oranges on there. All right, yeah, the sketches and the patterns are saved for you right here on the site. On my tools. Okay, so look, we're going to come right around here. Now this is fun to do. You can get some friends together and y'all paint together. Or I have lots of grandbabies and we'll get them all together. This is something that no matter what shape pumpkin they make, it's nice. All right. And I have a lot of creative grandbabies that love creating with me, Mom. Okay, so I'm going to come back in here. Now remember, I'm going to put some brown and orange and get some rusty colors in here. So this isn't just going to be a smooth looking pumpkin. Okay, I'm going to come back here and fill this in first. All right, right here, all the way around. There we go. Let's do another one. Right in here. See how that darker brown is giving us the nice indentions in there in the pumpkin. Now see, if I don't have enough to cover this, I get the medium to go back and forth. And when I do the medium, I just stick my chisel only, okay? Don't get a ton of medium so then it doesn't beat up. I don't like it to beat up. Okay, so the background doesn't get a perfect even look, so we don't want that perfect even look on this pumpkin either, okay? So have fun while you're doing it, no stressing. Okay, so look, we're gonna now come in here all the way around. This is the one that you have to go all the way around because it's kind of like in front. These bristles are way soft. Okay. If you've got my brushes, you can use that 3/4 and it'll fill this in without having to go back and forth too much. But this works. There we go. All right. So now where we're at is we just got the shape, and I kind of like putting the stem in now so that the origin, or like how everything looks, makes more sense to you. Okay. So I'm going to pick up some yellow and some burnt sienna. No, hello. Burnt umber. Hello. Burnt umber and daffodil yellow. I don't know what I'm saying. And a little bit of white. I'll see how we get this nice different color. And then when I side load this with the burnt umber, see how I'm going next to it? Then as I'm doing this, I want you to see that these are little scallops, right? So you're going all around here. And I can't put my little finger down anywhere. So I like to put my hand underneath me, kind of. I don't know. You have to ask Michaels for it. All right, so we're going to come right. See how I'm holding my hand up so I steady it. All right, so see those scallops? I really like for these to be in here. This is going to come right there. And this is the main stem right here. But I'm going to come right along the scallop edge where it's going to show in front. Then we're going to pull it in. See, I side loaded, but that instead of a tan, I kind of used that yellow and made it like a little tan look. Okay, can y'all see it? Okay, scallop around where the segments of the pumpkin are. I'm going back with some daffodil yellow and some brown, burnt umber, pick up a little bit of white, and look, I mix it here to get that color. Okay, so this is I didn't tell you, I'm sorry, this is like a size 12. And I'm going to come around here, 12 flat. So I'm going to use a script liner for the stem, but right here, I'm going to pick up, let me show you how this happens. I chisel edged right there. Now I'm going to come right here, push down, come right here and push down and come across like it's a rope, like it's twisted. It's twisted. Let's go back here and get brown on the outside edge. Push hard, come around, push hard. All right, so I'm gonna just come in here. Now look what has to happen here, guys. Right here, I touch the spot on the chisel of this flat brush and bring it around with burnt umber. See that? Bring it around. Touch, pull, touch, pull. And then I can come back in here and get that twisted look. Okay, I got a little big here, which is fine. I even got bigger on my other one where I came out here a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Kind of like twisted. Now I'm going to take a script liner. I did have to grab my 2 script liner to be able to get this in here. Well, the smallest, thinnest brushes, but I wanted one to hold paint. Okay, so now look what happens here. I'm going to come right here, and I drew it on here for you. And I can't see anymore, so I'm just going to go slow and make that spin. So doesn't that make it look cute up there? All right. Now, I did come in with a small brush and add a few more twists to this with the burr number. And I've used some of the treasure gold to do this. And just a lot of pretty colors in here. You can even end up with some of the orange. I'm gonna make a rusty color. Okay. Now this already looks like it's drying up in the middle. Can you see it? So now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna wash this brush and I'm gonna make some rusty color. Okay, just remember, if you have to stop this and go to the next color on the next part of this, you can always come back and do this and watch the video over too, okay? It's kind of fun, just be loose and play with that to get what you want. Now I'm gonna come in here and pick up this burr number with the 12. I'm sorry, I look up and I missed some of what you guys are saying. So I'm sure Dylan's helping you or he's asking me.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of just comments right now, just people loving your color palette and loving the blue pumpkin. So
Well, we were talking about how fun these colors were, weren't we, Dylan?
yeah,
This is some nice color palette.
some pretty
Okay, so see how I mix that with all it is burnt umber and pure orange. So you get like a burnt sienna, a rusty color. Okay, so now that's, if I took this on here, guys, right now, it would be heavy, heavy paint. See that? Heavy. So what I want to do is get some medium and rub it out. You see that? And I do this when I'm doing shadow leaves. So this is kind of fun. It's like you're taking the floating medium and cleaning off the brush into the floating medium. You got that? All right. So then when we come here, I'm going to barely touch this like a feather. Okay. I'm going to take and I'm going to move this in there. I'm going to actually take another brush and tap it in a little bit. It's a little damp. This brush is a little damp, but it's not. This is just a big filbert in there and the set. So I go back and get some more of this orange right in here, a rusty color. Okay, so I'm going to go back and forth. All right, I can just put a couple little streaks here and there. Barely touch it like a feather, kind of. Right here, I pushed harder. Okay, so I can tap this, slip, slap, slip, slap, move it around a little bit. I left some of that rusty there in the middle. And remember, at any time, I can come in here and pick up some of this white. I can pick up and then work a little bit of that in.
Donna, we have a good question. If you don't have floating medium, what could you use?
Well, okay, guys, the reason we use floating medium, so one stroke is perfect and the paint's wonderful and you don't get muddy. So the only other thing you can use is water. And what I want you to do is work really hard not to get muddy, because the floating medium's like magic, because you can float and makes it look, you can shade and you can make it look like amazing. And this is an 8-ounce bottle. And I'm telling you, I use floating medium on everything. So we use that instead of water, and it's very forgiving. It helps you to get a lot of this nice shading on it, okay? And you can control it better. Is that a good way to say it, Mr. Dillon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so see how that aged that pumpkin just a little bit? You might have liked it like it was. And boy, I lost the color in this one back here, because that's when had a lot of floating medium, I guess. Let me come back in here. That's the beauty of this. You can keep coming in here and working it and working it. Okay, but I do need some burn umber right in this one where we lost it. Now, a lot of people try to stand up to get that shading. If you stand up like this, guys, and do this, it looks like you drew a line. Okay, when you come in here with floating medium, and I go next to this, it blends and shades. See how it shades it? So it's not a harsh line. And I walk up and I go, you just chisel edge that whole line. You don't see it good, I'm sorry. I don't know how you guys can see on the phone, but it's amazing that people can watch on the phone. Okay, so we really want to see these segments. That's kind of like a finishing touch. And then back in here too. Okay, so up close. I know. I'm sorry, but if you don't have any other way to watch, it's a blessing to have it, right? I have a lot of people watch my YouTube on the phone, and then some people send it to their TV screen, and then it's way bigger than I want you to see me. Okay, all right, now, so that's the main part. We're getting our pumpkin all plump and like we want it. You can see this one has a lot of light look to it, more white added. Thank you, guys. If you got too much floating medium, because it gets runny and it bubbles up like if you have too much floating medium. So just be cautious not to put too much. That's what I tell people. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to use this flat 12. All right, did I say it is a pumpkin? Did I say it wasn't a pumpkin? Okay, I probably did. So you're picking up white and you're going over here to burnt umber. It is a gourd. Oh, a gourd, a pumpkin gourd. Can be anything y'all want it to be. All right, so I have double loaded. Where am I? Double loaded white and burnt umber. So I pick up burnt umber. And you're coming over here to pick up white. It's not really pumpkin. It's not really difficult. It's all about picking out your main color and just adding more colors to it, guys. All right, so look, we're going to keep picking up burnt umber, and I'm going to come like it's in the back of the pumpkin, and I just do a little bit of a wave coming around the pumpkin. Okay, can y'all see that? A little bit of a wave up on the chisel. I'm leading with the white to get it more of a fairy tale look, or Cinderella. Yes. I don't know. This is in trend right now. The ghost pumpkins. There are really pumpkins like that out there. They're showing us more and more pumpkins that are raised to look like this. Okay, so we're going to wind this on the chisel. Look how I'm going in and out. I'm going around it and over it. And I'm just on the chisel. And when I'm doing the chisel, watch this. I'm lifting up and only letting the brown, I'm lifting the white and only the brown goes around. Yeah, just keep getting the brown. And this is our little grapevine. I would go pull grapevines and make grapevine wreaths and fill them with my painted wood pieces. That's what I did at all the shows. And my sister would make flower wreaths and I would make wood for the wreaths. Our best show, y'all won't believe this, it's a 2-day weekend show in Florida. We did 47,000, but we had a lot of stock and it was all homemade, pretty stuff. Okay, and lots of grapevine wreaths that we made. Now let me show you what's going to happen here. This is, I got the grapevine all around it. All right. It doesn't have to be perfect, but now I'm going to make a knot. So I'm going to the script liner now, the 2 script liner, and I'm picking that burnt umber and streaking it through some white. Okay, so I can't really see what I'm doing when I'm this high, but I'm trying to. All right, so I'm going to come right here and I'm going to make a loop and a loop with a liner, streak it through brown again and white again. And I'm going to cross into this with the white. Y'all see what that white does? Because that makes that stand out more. And then I do a knot in here. 1, 2, 3. And I just have some more branches in here. Little twigs that hang down. There you go. You'll see it. Okay, so this is what I want to do now. I want all of this, it's inside, it's sitting in with all the pumpkin patch, all the heavy big vines that the pumpkins are growing on, just like watermelons do. Okay, so now on this again, we're going back to yellow, daffodil yellow and brown for number and white. I got too much yellow. Let's get some more brown. I wanted this like a squash brown branch. Okay, so lots of paint. Look at that, tons of paint on there. Are y'all having fun yet? And if you aren't painting, are you going to paint it?
I think we got a lot of people painting along with you, Donna.
Oh, that's a good thing. That makes me happy. Okay, guys. All right, so we're going to come along here. Now watch this. I am on the chisel now. See, I'm up here on the chisel. Where am I? Right there. See, and I'm going all the way around. Hello. Well, that's okay. You can still go back and watch it. All right, so I'm doing this thick and not, they're really like a thick branch, but they're soft and windy and, you know, they're up and down. Can you see that? And so I thought that's exactly how they look when you're in there trying to pick them. So I'm going to come right in here and grab it there. See how big I'm getting? And it looks good to take it around the edge too, guys. Okay. And I'm going to come right in here. There we go. So I want you to kind of see what's happening there. Oh, I didn't come down here. Let me kind of, it doesn't matter if it's perfect because we're going to put leaves over it, but you just want it wandering, like it's sitting in there. That is what I'm doing to Lisa. Okay. That's what I'm doing to Lisa. Okay. I got it. Okay, now we're going to wash that out. There is another brush in here that might work for you guys. That's an angle brush. And you know what? You can't see these numbers on the brush. I can't. Maybe a 3/8. In this set, I got the big set that I got. Is so there's an angle brush in here. And so we will do some leaves with this, I think. Way to get a photocopy of the project. I don't know, Dylan, how do they get a picture of that? Didn't you see this on Facebook or something? Or I just do a screenshot of the one that's in at Michael's.
Yeah, yeah. You could also go to our Facebook page and like grab a photo of it.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to put, hey, Valerie, I'm going to put some aqua in the leaves and some orange worked in. So I want you to look at all these pretty colors in the leaves. See the aquas and then some white. There's all kinds of different blossoming colors from all in the painting. This still isn't as orange as the one on my original, but I can go back and touch some of it up later. Okay, so let's go and get some green. All right, so we have classic green because I didn't want a harsh green. I wanted to tone it down a little bit. So it kind of goes with all of our colors. So if we put this here and we bring some aqua over here and we pick up some brown over here because I want to get away from all that medium I put on the plate. I put too much on here. Okay, and so I'm going to also pick up some whites and I had a touch of yellow. Okay. So now the hardest thing to do with an angle brush is figure out what color, if you want a light color on the tip or a dark color on the tip. All right, so when I'm loading this brush, I just want you to see that I'm going to pick up on the toe of the brush. I want to keep the green, okay? Now look, this is a toe, this is a heel, all right? So the toe is pointed, does that make sense? So, and the heel, I can make like when I want it white, it'll be easier to do that. So I'm gonna add some aqua. This is my first one I'm gonna do. I put some on the toe, some burnt umber. And then I want to come right here and side load some of that white. Do you see that? All right, so we got all kinds of colors, right? So I've got this a little low, so I'm going to move this around here and turn this around so you can get to it. All right, so am I on? Yeah, so I'm going to put a line here and I'm going to make an arrow. Can you see the arrow? I'm going to go back and get some more white. So I show you that. I'm going to line this brush up with the toe at the point of the arrow. Now watch this. The white is going to be pushed in and out and then stand up and the toe is going to make the point tip of the leaf. Can y'all see that? Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead while I've got white there and I'm going to do another leaf over here. I'm going to do that arrow again. And come to a point. All right. So see, that's right here. I'm going to have the arrow and there's a straight line. Okay, I can get some aqua and some white again with that green. And then over here, before I do the second side, I'm going to use up that white. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up more brown with the aqua and do the other side of this leaf, okay? And we're going to pull this to the tip. All right, so I want to show you that I really want the brown and it's on the heel. Let's put the brown instead of the toe because you can't push the toe. I was trying to do the impossible there. I'm going to wiggle out because the heel is stronger so you get it to do what you wanted it to do. Not good. Oh. Okay. Now, this is way darker than I wanted it to be. So this is what I need to go back to. I need to go back to this lighter color. Let's pick up some white and browns and then pull in some green. All right. Okay. So when we're up here, I'm going to come up to a point, and then I can pick up some white, and I want you to see that I'm laying this brush down. Let's try it again up here. I'm going to lay this brush down, and I'm going to get the bottom of the leaf, and then I'm going to come back here and have a rolled leaf. All right, I'm going to put a blossom here at the bottom. Okay. Let's pick up some browns and work it in. And I'm going to come right in here. I need some more brown. Oh, these got really dark, guys. The beautiful thing about one stroke painting is you can come right back in here and stroke it over. Like I can come right down here and make this lighter. And you can come right in here, put some white there so it's not so harsh. I'm going to keep adding a few leaves. Now, leaves might take you a little bit to feel comfortable with, but I do have something I can show you for those who think I just cannot do these leaves yet. All right. So if you take this angle brush, it's just too dark. Look at that. Let me do this and then I'll show you. I like that color, but it's just too dark for a painting. All right, so what I want you to see is that we can put some rusty brown in here and green on the tips. Okay, so brown and green, or even some aqua. Now this is what we want to do. All right, you're gonna go just like this. You're gonna push the brush down and slide to a point. So push and then slide to that point. Push, lift, push, lift. And you could do that with a 12 too. Let's get the 12. Okay, so watch. I'm gonna, instead of going flat and turning, I'm gonna go at an angle, and I call this a crooked T. See, the top of the T is crooked. So I push down and I slide to that point. So pressure, stand up. Pressure, stand up. All right. And that takes practice. So I'm gonna keep going because I want to show everybody how to do the flowers real quick. But I can come all in here and put in some other clusters of these little leaves. Okay. Now I do need, there we go. And you can push down and make it pretty big. All right. All right, so don't feel bad if you're just doing the big leaves. I mean the singles stroke leaves, because that's good too, all right? Push and stand up. And if it's green and it's on here, I promise you, even if your shape might not be perfect, people will know it's a leaf. Really? All right, so what I want to show you is I want to take some of the burnt umber with a little bit of water. That's the only time I use water is when I'm doing the inky curly cues. And I'm going to come in here and make some curls. Okay, but let me show you what happens to make this easy. This is not totally easy, but I want to show you that you can do this right here first. You can touch here and just wiggle coming out. All right, and that right there will give you a curl too. But I'm going to show you how I do with my little finger. I'm going to make this inky, and then I'm going to roll it. And I like to start with my finger on the ground, like a circle. See, it can't be over wet paint though. And I'm going to make a circle and slowly lower it to the brush touches. And then it's going to do only what my little finger does. My little finger's taking me, watch. I make little circles with my little finger and slowly lower the brush until it touches. And then I'm pulling it away from my piece and my little finger is making the circles. Okay. So I usually say 1, 2, 3, and reverse direction and a couple of tight ones. So we're making an M this way, and then we'll reverse and come back the other way with a couple of tight ones. All right. So remember, you can just pull it out with my little fingers pulling my brush. So you can, this has a lot of little vines because it's growing off of all these little vines, okay? And you're gonna sign it with this brush. And when I tell you to sign with this brush, I'm always doing these downward strokes. See, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And so you notice I don't do R's because you have to make a loop. All right, so now we got one few little bit of doing some fun little steps, and that is I'm going to do this little bipetal flower, and I'm still going to kind of do it with the 12, but I'm not going to push down hard. All right, so this is all darker, and we need something to make it pop. So look how these blossoms made it pop. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of brown, like this brown tone, and right here, and white. A little bit of brown in the middle, and I'm going to keep dipping into the white because I want the tip, the outside edge of that petal to be really white. Okay, so now look what happens. See if I can hold this up high enough. I'm going to come right here and I'm going to push and do a little wiggle. Push out, push out, push out, and push out. So I don't want them perfect. Can you see that they're not perfect? Different sizes. All right, so I'm going to pick up again. I just stroke next to that white. I don't have to get brown again. I'm going to come right in here. It doesn't matter if this is wet. It just picks up kind of cool colors. So see how that picked up all the green and all in that one? Okay. These are a little bit bigger. If you had a smaller flat brush, that might help you too. But we want the blossoms to just really be wow. So I like to do triangles for my design. So look at this. There's 1, 2, 3. That's a triangle. Now I can do a triangle here. So there could be another triangle over here. So that helps you see. So I'm just doing one more. Okay. Now I'm going to get a smaller brush, and this cluster of brushes here. All right, this is like a little 6. And I'm going to pick up Aqua thick paint. And thick paint, I'm going to put Aqua, a little dab in every one of those. Then I take that liner with some burnt umber. All right, so let me show you what's going to happen inside the blossom. On each one of those blossoms, I'm going to take burnt umber right here across the bottom for depth. All right, because they don't look like much with just little dots in it. And this kind of looks, it's kind of loose, and it looks like the rest of the painting. Then I dab with the tip of the brush a few little white spots into the aqua to still give you more dimension. Okay. Now the last thing I'm going to show you, whew, I'm trying to get it all in, is I'm going to take my toothbrush. I'm going to take the toothbrush and I'm going to go into the water and stir this paint up with the water. I'm going to get a little bit more. Okay, so there's different ways to do this. You can take and you can test it. You're going to flip it with the side of your thumb, and you can do little specks first, or you can do big ones, little bit. And you know what? I think white would look good specked in here too, especially because I got a little bit darker. You could do brown. I'm going to do a little bit of white here. Probably won't be just straight white. All right, let's see. A little bit. Ooh, there you go. Oh, I love that. See a little bit of white that went in there? A little bit of white here and there. Especially if I don't want you to see some of my leaf that I don't like. Just take and put a little bit in there. I do this a lot with snow after I painted greenery and pine cones, or you can do it with metallic gold to give it a touch. All right, guys. Would you like to see what I'm doing Wednesday?
Yeah, Donna's going to be back with us this Wednesday at 4 p.m. on Michael's.
And it's a premier class, so it does cost $20, but we get to spend 2 hours. I'm doing the bees. We do a rustic background. We're going to do some textured sunflowers, and we get to spend more time. And I weave this basket with you. Look how fun that is. All right. So there you go.
All right. Well,
nice.
if you end up making Donna's painting, please hashtag make it with Michaels and Plaid Crafts, and feel free to post in the Plaid Let's Paint with Plaid Facebook group.
Please. Thank you guys for being on. Please write me and let us know what you think. And thank you for all the help that I got here on our videoing and introducing us. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And we'll see you later.
All right. See you guys later.